Hi everyone, welcome back to Selamat Unboxed. Today I will be talking about the compilation of Quran, which I mentioned or I talked about this a long time ago, maybe a couple of years ago, almost. But instead of showing just panoramic view, this time I want to talk about it again and show it from the Hadith, straight from the Hadith. So many Muslims tell us the compilation of Quran was perfect, was done perfectly. Because so many Muslims that day, during that time, memorized Quran, just like those kids these days, right? They call them Qari, Quran memorizers. But what people don't know or what they don't want to admit, so many people, so many children who memorize Quran, maybe they memorize the whole, almost the whole thing, but it is never perfect. And then as they grow up, they forget little by little. Because if you don't do it every day, you will starting to forget, right? It doesn't mean those kids are stupid. It is just, that's what happened with most people anyway. So they may be Kari when they were little, but 30 years later, I don't know, right? We don't know. Anyway, today I will take you to Sahih al-Bukhari, how the first time Quran was compiled. Maybe some of you have never seen the Hadith straight from the Hadith. Maybe some of you never heard about this. And maybe some of you have heard about it. But now, anyway, for the sake of learning, let us read. This is from Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith number 7191. I will show you too. There you go. Al-Bukhari, Hadith number 7191. This is a little long. Let me read. Narrated Zaid ibn Thabit. Abu Bakr sent for me owing to the large number of casualties in the Battle of Yamama. While Umar was sitting with him, Abu Bakr said to me, Umar has come to me and said a great number of Qaris of the Holy Quran were killed on the day of the Battle of Yamama. And I am afraid the casualties among the Qaris of the Quran may increase on other battlefields, whereby a large part of the Quran may be lost. Therefore, I consider it advisable that you, Abu Bakr, should have the Quran collected. I said, how dare I do something which Allah's Messenger did not do? Umar said, by Allah, it is something beneficial. Umar kept on pressing me and for that till Allah opened my chest, for that for which he had opened the chest of Umar and I had in that matter. The same opinion as Umar had. Abu Bakr then said to me, Zaid, you are a wise young man, and we do not have any suspicion about you. And you used to write the divine inspiration for Allah's Messenger. So you should search the fragmentary script of the Quran and collect it in one book. Zaid further said, by Allah, if Abu Bakr had ordered me to shift a mountain among the mountains from one place to another, it would not have been heavier for me than this, ordering me to collect the Quran. Then I said to Umar and Abu Bakr, how can you do something which Allah's Messenger did not do? Abu Bakr said, by Allah, it is something beneficial. Zaid added, So he, Abu Bakar, kept on pressing me until Allah opened my chest for that which he had opened the chest of Abu Bakar and Umar, and I in that matter, the same opinion as theirs. So I started compiling the Quran by collecting it from the leaf/stalks of the date palm tree, and from the pieces of leather and hides, and from the stones, and from the chest of men who had memorized. Well, this thing memorize the Quran, but you have to know those words are not in the real Arabic. So do not, when they say Quran here, it's not the whole book. Nobody memorized the whole book. I will tell you why after this. I found the last verses of Surah At-Tubah. Verily there has come unto you an apostle from among yourself. At-Tubah 128 to 129. From Kuzaima or Abi Kuzaima, and I added it, I added to the rest of the surah. Wow. The manuscripts of the Quran remained with Abu Bakar till Allah took him unto him. Then it remained with Umar till Allah took him unto him. Then with Hafsa bin Umar. So the reason I say nobody memorized the whole book, the whole Quran that time, because that's why Zaid ibn Thabit, as you can see, collecting it from the leafless stalks, from dead palm, from leather, whatever written on leather or hides or carved on stones, and some from the chest of men. If some man memorized the whole Quran that time, then Zaid ibn Thabit only need to write what they memorize. Am I not right? If there was just one person during that time memorize the whole Quran, Zaid ibn Thabit did not have to collect the whole all these pieces from stones, from hides, from leather. No, he would just ask that person, okay, can you recite the Quran from the beginning until the end? I will write it down. The reason he didn't do it because none of them memorized the whole Quran. I can guarantee you this. Right? So now you remember the large number of casualties in the Battle of Yamama is mentioned here. However, if you take a look on online, right, some websites will say even 400, or sometimes usually they say around 450 people who memorize Quran. Again, when I say Quran, also not the whole Quran here. Until this time, there's no whole Quran. Zaid ibn Thabit was the first one compiled the whole Quran. Now, so Zaid ibn Thabit collected everything and compiled it into one book. Now let's us read another Al-Bukhari. Actually, all of them are Al-Bukhari. Hadith number 4999. Narrated Masrik. Abdullah bin Amir mentioned Abdullah bin Masud and said, Asher ever loved that man, for I heard the prophet saying, learn Quran or take Quran from four: Abdullah ibn Masud, Salim, Mu'ad, and Ubay ibn Ka'b. Salim here is actually a freed slave from Abu Hudayfa. Usually he is Persian. He was Persian. He is called Salim Maula Hudayfa, something like that. Hudayfa. And Muad here is Muad ibn Jabal. So remember, these four people is Salim from freed slave, Abdullah ibn Masud, Muad ibn Jabal, and Ubay ibn Ka'b. So this is what Muhammad said. If you want to learn Quran, learn from Abdullah ibn Masud, right? And during now, I go back to that the first Bukhari, the one I showed you. During this battle, all of them were still alive. Those Sahaba, those four, Salim, you know, were still alive. Why? If those four people are supposed to be the best people to learn Quran from, why Zaid ibn Thabit or Abu Bakar did not ask them to help? That's the question. Another question. Right? Abdullah ibn Masud, Salim, Muad ibn Jabal, Ubay ibn Ka'b, they were still alive during the time of Abu Bakar when he was a caliph. I don't understand why they were not consulted. Not even. Anyway, that's a problem, right? We should go to the next Al-Bukhari hadith from Al-Bukhari. Al-Bukhari hadith number 4987. Okay. So now I will read narrated Anas ibn Malik. Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman came to Uthman at a time when people of Sham and people of Iraq were waging war to conquer Armenia and Azerbaijan. Hudayfa was afraid of their differences in the recitation of the Quran. So he said to Uthman, O chief of believers, save this nation before they differ about the book, as Jews and Christians did before. So Uthman sent a message to Hafsa saying, send us the manuscript of the Quran, so that we may compile the Quranic materials in perfect copies and return the manuscript to you. Hafsa sent it to Uthman. Uthman then ordered Zaid ibn Thabit. Now, read it with me here. Uthman then ordered Zaid ibn Thabit, Abdullah bin Az-Zubair, Zaid ibn al-As, and Abdurrahman bin Harith bin Hisham to rewrite the manuscript in perfect copies. Uthman said to the three Qurayshi men, in case if you disagree with Zaid ibn Thabit on any point in the Quran, then write it in the dialect of the Quraysh. The Quran was revealed in their tongue. They did so. And when they had written many copies, Uthman returned the original manuscripts to Hafsa. Uthman sent to every Muslim province one copy of what they had copied and ordered that all other Quranic materials, whether written in fragmentary manuscripts or whole copies, be burned. So imagine. Now I will go back again. I want to take you back to these four guys. Abdullah ibn Masud, Salim Muad ibn Jabal, and Ubay ibn Ka'ab. I'm pretty sure by that time they have some kind of copy, whether it's full or not. Maybe it's not a full Quran, or maybe it's different Quran, but they have their own copies. Now, some of them during the time of Uthman, some of them were still alive. And what Uthman did with their copies, he burned. He burned them all. Now, take a look at these four people under Uthman: Zaid ibn Thabit, Abdullah bin Zubair, Said bin Al-As, Abdul Rahman bin Harith bin Hisham. Four totally different men collecting Quran. Now this is also another problem, right? Uthman did not have Quran. That is very strange. Like I mentioned before, Uthman not having Quran, it is like a pope who doesn't have Bible. How is this possible? And he had to ask Hafsa, the daughter of Umar, to send him the copy so he can copy from that. And who are these four people? Abdullah ibn Az-Zubair is, I only know one person actually, without reading anything. Abdullah bin Az-Zubair. Abdullah bin Az-Zubair is the son of Asma, the daughter of Abu Bakar. So that's actually he is the grandson of Abu Bakar. Now, this Uthman asking four different people. So he didn't follow even Muhammad. Muhammad told people, to learn from this Salim Muad, but Uthman did not follow him, did not follow what Muhammad said. That's very strange. Now, the first one, when Abu Bakar compiled the Quran, it's because many people who memorize Quran died in the Battle of Yamamah. The second time Quran compiled is under Uthman because so many people reciting this different Quran. Now I will take you to Surah Al-Hijr, verse 9. We have sent down the Quran ourselves, and we ourselves will guard it. Now, if you read Yusuf Ali, even better, he put from corruption. What kind of corruption is this? What kind of corruption does this talking about? Is Allah talking about? Allah is talking about the corruption from people. Look, how come they recite different Quran? It means Allah did not protect Quran. Okay? Look at this differences in recitation. It means Allah did not protect Quran. Surah Al-Hijr verse 9 saying, we have without doubt sent down the message, and we will assure guard it. Guard it from what? From corruption. Now, I want to show you the revelation order. Al Fatihah, as we all know, even though it's the first chapter, but it's not really the first chapter. Because Zaid ibn Thabit, those four people appointed by Uthman, did not know anything about Quran. Zaid ibn Thabit, even when Abu Bakr was the caliph, he did not know anything about Quran. Look at this, what Zaid ibn Thabit do to Quran. Right? I will show you the revelation order. So the real first chapter is Surah Al-Alaq. But Surah Al-Alaq, if you open Quran, it's number 96. The second one should be Al-Kalam. But Al-Kalam is now number 68. Now look at this. Al-Fatihah. Right? It is now the first surah, but actually it's the fifth surah to be revealed. This is the real order here. And this the order now, you see. Now you can see, look, we can keep going. Al-Falaq, now number 113. But it should be the 20th surah. Crazy. Al-Ikhlas, now is number 112. But the real one, Al-Ikhlas, actually the 22nd surah to be revealed. So, another thing, if you keep going, I will show you the last couple of surahs. Surah Al-Maidah is now the fifth, but the real one is 112. And then this 113th for At-Tawbah. But if you look at At-Tawbah now, it's number 9. And An-Nazir, 114th. Instead of what we have now, 110. So we go back to Al-Hijr. Let us read together again. We have sent down the Quran ourselves, and we will guard it. Or even with Yusuf Ali, we have sent down the message, we will assuredly guard it. But guard it from what? From corruption. But then Zaid ibn Thabit screwed up the whole Quran. And this, the person, Uthman, trust. Uthman trust Zaid ibn Thabit to collect, and Abu Bakr too. Abu Bakr called him, and then Uthman called him. And look, as a person who Abu Bakr said, according to Abu Bakr in this hadith, number 7191, Zaid ibn Thabit used to write the Wahi, used to write the divine inspiration for Muhammad. How come he did not have any memory of anything? Oh yeah, by the way, I remember this surah is actually number this. So this proves those sahabas, the caliphs, Abu Bakr and Uthman, They they just called him because he's probably the only one who could write. He probably was the only one who could write and read among so many people. Maybe some other people can write, but not as good as, it's not like everybody can write the whole sentences. Some people's writing are also bad, right? You cannot read their writings. Maybe Zaid ibn Thabit was the best writer at the time, anyway. But he, even though he was probably the best person who could read and write, but I am sure 100% he was not the best person to compile Quran, because Allah start Quran from Al-Alaq. But Zaid ibn Thabit puts Al-Alaq as the 96th surah. What a crazy guy. So I don't know where Zaid ibn Thabit will go. I'm not sure if he will go to Jannah, because he just like confusing people. No wonder people reading Quran, like, instead of feeling better, you get headache and you have to take Tylenol after reading Quran. You have to see a doctor, because you got headache. Because because of Zaid ibn Thabit, the person people, these caliphs trusted. And one more question for Muslims, actually, and or if you, a Christian, listening to this, as a Muslim, if we know the real order of the revelation, why can't we rearrange the Quran according to the real revelation order by Allah? Why we keep holding on to Zaid ibn Thabit's Quranic style? If we know this the real order, why we can have a real Quran with the real order? What's the problem? Or at least have another. We can keep this one and then have another one. Just write Quran from Zaid ibn Thabit, and then the other one, Quran, the real order, in real order of revelation. So many, if you read Quran or if you read Hadith, you will come up with so many questions. But if you ask Muslim, actually, the answer will be Allahu Alam. Oh, Allah knows best. That's all. That's the question, answer to every question. Allah knows best. Any question you ask, only one answer. Allah knows best. Why Muhammad was not circumcised? Allah knows best. Right? Anything you ask them, Allah knows best. Anyway, it's a little bit late. I have to go to work tomorrow, and for those who understand what the real Quran is, and for those who do not understand the real Quran, God bless you all. Have a nice life.